Hi there! Welcome back to the Rare Book Views channel, where I talk about how much I love books and reading and collecting and libraries. And I want to thank everybody who has been supportive or kind to me. I think I found the nicest part of the internet is the book people. So thank you for everybody who has sent me a comment or subscribed. It's really cool. And today I'm starting a new to be read shelf. I have multiple to be read shelves. I have plenty of books that are waiting in the wings, but I found this great way to organize where I'm just going to read this shelf so I can kind of curate what I'm going to read next. I used to get a little, if I buy the new books or new to me that are fiction or fun, and then I have the nonfiction or the books that might make me smarter or would be good for me. Sometimes the good for you books just wait for kind of a long time. So what I've started doing is creating a shelf of sort of a balance of things and then reading that set first. And then it doesn't make me feel bad when I buy new books because I still have books waiting, and that's fine. I'm just working on this shelf first. So I just finished a shelf and I put out a video of how much I loved those books, and I'll put a link in the notes so you can review what I just finished. And then let's see what's going to be on the new journey of books. There's a lot of really cool stuff that I've gotten on here. This is so much fun. Erin Elkins, a suspense mystery writer, I think. This is one of my mom's favorite authors. I've never read Erin Elkins. And a friend of mine went to her parents. We grew up as friends. I've known her forever. And her parents had one of my mom's books. And she said, would you like to have it? And I said, of course. So I am going to read this. And I'm very excited to find out how good was one of my mom's favorite authors. I really love this author, B.A. Shapiro. This is The Collector's Apprentice. This is the next book of his, hers, theirs, them, I'm not sure. I've read The Art Forger, which was incredible. I find art forging oddly fascinating in nonfiction and fiction. I just think it's really interesting that original pieces of art could be by someone or pretending to be by someone. Fascinating stuff. So The Art Forger was incredibly well written. It had cool research, it had cool examples, the plot was good, the characters were good, it was a page turner. So I've been looking for a copy of this for a while, and this one was a whole $2. So that's going to be fun, I'm sure. This is some nonfiction, The Feather Thief. I heard an NPR article, I guess, or something on one of their podcasts about this book with the author, about how he discovered this, and he interviewed people and what that was like, the experience of it. So I think I know a lot of the story of The Feather Thief by Kirk, Wallace Johnson, but I have a friend who read it and he said it was incredible, and I found a copy for $3. So I'm going to read that. I've been on a real Agatha Christie kick. I found a bunch of vintage things. I've known the Agatha Christie kind of life story for a long time, but I've only recently gotten involved in reading her stuff, and I love finding a vintage copy. So this one is Elephants Can Remember, and I paid $3. This is a book club edition, and you can tell it's on the dust jacket right here. So this is a reprint. I'm guessing it's probably a smaller size format than the original. The paper might be a little bit thinner. That's how they save money. They buy in bulk, they manufacture in bulk. Sometimes book of the month, they have a mark on the back cover. This one doesn't, so you can really only tell from the dust jacket. But it's still vintage, and I think it's cool, and I'm excited to read another Agatha Christie. This I kind of bought on a whim. I saw this at a book sale. The Once and Future Witches by Alix Harrow. Gotta admit, I think that's a pen name, but I did see a review online. It looks really fun. I enjoy a good story about witches. So I'm excited to get into this. This is a longer one. I like it when you get into a book and there's plenty, you know? Get to kind of dig in. This was 5 whole US dollars. All right, I have nonfiction. The Master of Disguise by Antonio Mendez. This is the character in the movie Argo with Ben Affleck about the Iranian hostage crisis, and that is a great movie and fascinating. So I didn't realize he wrote an autobiography about his time in CIA, so I'm excited to read that. This was $2 as well. I have read something by Megan Miranda before. What was it? I'm not sure. But this is The Last House Guest. This I have seen really good reviews for, and I got this for $3 whole. I got this pretty recently at a book sale, and I'm very excited because I love Edward Gorey. I think he is fantastic. He had a fascinating life. I think his illustrations are cool. And I love John Belair's The House of the Clock in Its Walls and those books. I loved them when I was a kid. I love collecting them because I remember them so well. And so Edward Gorey, by association, I think is super cool. And his books are really fun. I have not read or seen his illustrations of Dracula, but I read his biography recently, and they talked a lot about the stage play. He did the sets for Dracula, and I am excited to get into this. I read Dracula many years ago, I think when I was in high school, and I don't remember it very well. So I'm really happy that I found this. It is can show you the illustrations in the end papers. I was looking for an illustration. I should pre-play into that. Very Edward Gorey, very kind of creepy. So I am excited to see what his version is like, and I'm excited to see if Dracula bears any resemblance to what it was like in my mind, in my memory. Speaking of creepy suspense, Alfred Hitchcock. Wonderful. So this is Alfred Hitchcock presents his favorites. He did not rate these, but there are some books in here that are really cool. And this one has The Birds by Daphne du Maurier. And I did not know that is one of his movie, The Birds, was anything to do with her. I read Rebecca, and it's very good. So I'm excited to find that. I don't think that there's one here, H.G. Wells, The Inexperienced Ghost. But I don't know most of these authors. I don't know most of the short stories. So I'm really excited to give this a whirl. I love that it's a vintage copy. This is a book club. This is a reprint. It is $4 whole. And it, you can tell it's book club. It says on the dust jacket. Let's check the back. You never know. There's nothing on the cover, but you can kind of tell. I think that sometimes this is Random House, but I think it's a reprint of a Random House. And you can kind of tell the spine is very boxy. And I think they look like that sometimes when they're reprints. I don't mind this as a reprint. It was $4. I've never seen, I think I had another reprint of his works, and I've never really seen a Hitchcock original. So I'm not really sure what that looks like. Never had one in my hands. Let's see. Oh, yes. Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr, I'm guessing is how you pronounce that. This has had incredible reviews, and I saw it once at a book sale, and it was a little on the high side. I can't remember exactly how much it cost, but it was autographed, and I thought, do I need a signed copy? I think it was maybe $50. What if I love it? Then I would love having a signed copy. What if I don't? What if I just enjoy it? $50 is way too much money. So this one I found later, and it was an entire $3. I'm very excited to read that. It got great reviews and won the Pulitzer Prize. I'm reading the cover. A previous book got the Pulitzer Prize. I can't believe I found this. I just found The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead, and so I loved it. It was fascinating. I thought, such an interesting perspective, so cool and different. And I knew that he had this other book, The Harlem Shuffle, and I thought it would also take me a long time to find a copy, and it didn't. It just fell right into my lap. So I just read one of his, and now I get to read the next one. That is one of the joys of reading used books, is you don't run across them right when they come out. So sometimes you find a new author, and then it's as if their whole works have just been waiting for you to discover them. You get to read a bunch of them in a row. It's really fun. And last but not least, Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. I do not know what this book is about, but it is very popular, and it recently got really popular because it is a Netflix movie. And a friend of mine said, you have to read it because you have to read it before you watch the movie. Let me know, do you think that's true? Read this book before the movie? And she wants me to read the book and watch the movie so that we can talk about it. She's read it and seen it. So I am going to read it first. That's my plan here. And then I will get to watch the movie. Please let me know. Did you like doing it in that order, or did you do it the other way, or do you have advice? I'm excited to get into that. It does seem It's a very fiction-heavy shelf. I only have 2 nonfiction. There are a couple books here. I think, well, Dracula is a classic. That's slightly more heavy reading. And then there's a couple books here that are longer, but most of this is just fun reading. I'm so excited. When I'm done with this, I'll make another video and tell you which ones were great and which ones were only good. I never tell anybody about books I didn't like. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks again for everybody who's been nice to me and subscribed or commented. I love hearing what people are reading. Let me know if you enjoy my to be read videos or if you prefer one of the other shopping or book sale videos, whatever you like best. Thank you so much for the support. Happy reading.